everybody. All right, I'm going to go over, let's see, I'm opening our book pages real quick here. All right, I'm going to go over what we did in class today. So today is the 30th, it's Monday. So for math here, we did a review with how we multiply things by 10, 100, and 1,000. So we went to 7.1, and let me show this here. Excuse me. So in 7.1, let me get this focused. Come on. There it goes. All right, so in 7.1, we looked at the base fact, just 3 times 7, which is 21. Then we looked at what happens when we add that 0, and we've got that group of 10. We're going to add another 0. 2 zeros, we still have that base fact. 3 times 7 is 21 plus the 2 zeros. And then 3 times 7 is still that base fact 21, but this time we're in the thousands, so we need 3 zeros. Same thing here with 8 times 5 is 40. So when we have the 1 0, we add that at the end. 2 zeros, we add that at the end of the 40. 3 zeros, when we get to the thousands, we add that to the end of 40 to give us 40,000. Then we did a couple problems down here on the bottom where we had a missing factor. So here we said that 7 times 9,000 would give us the 63,000 because we saw this already had the 3 zeros and this has the 3 zeros. So we knew that it was just going to be something times 9 is the 63. So we said 7 would make that true. Then over here, this one, we had the 7, but we were missing the second factor. And we noticed that it was 56,000. So to get 56, we had to do 7 times 8 gives us 56. And then the 3 zeros, in order to get the 3 zeros in that product there, we had to multiply it. We had to turn the 8 into an 8,000. All right, then, so we went over that. And then we went over number 12 on the next page on 220. So here it's saying they made a profit. They backpacks were $6 each. If they sell 300 of them, how much profit are they going to make? So we multiplied 6 times 300. Again, getting that base fact, 6 times 3 is 18. Add your 2 zeros for 1,800. And then here on the bottom, number 15 we did. So we said we've got Carmen. She's got 3 books of 20 stamps. So we drew the 3 books, and each of them have 20 stamps. And then 5 books with 10 stamps. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one of them have 10. And so we said to get this, we would multiply 3 times 20, which gives us 60. And then here, 5 times 10 gives us 50. And then to know how many stamps does she have in all, we've got to add the 60 and the 50 to give us the 110. And then students did, on page 222, students did numbers 9 through 14. And where they put those is in their Google Classroom. When you go to classwork and you click on the Monday through Friday, all of the answers go here. So on page 222, you enter your answers, you put A, B, C, D, whatever the letter is, you just click here and you can type and put those there. So I'm checking that to make sure that's all the way done. And then in math, they also went to eSpark. And when you click on this, you click sign in with Google, and it'll sign you in to do some practice there. And then we went over some fraction problems in small group. Then we got into reading, and reading is in Seesaw. So if you go to activities and you scroll down to reading whole group, we went over some vocabulary today from poetry. So we talked about what stanzas are. So stanzas, here's an example of 1 stanza, 2 stanzas, and 3. So you can see the gaps in between them. Those are separating the stanzas. And so a stanza is a group of lines that are within a poem. rhyme is the repetition of similar sounding words at the end of lines in a poem. And then rhyme scheme is the pattern of rhyming words in the lines of the poem. So here we have an AABB pattern. And here you can look at the end and see those words that rhyme. So bake, cake, bubble, trouble, life, knife. And then here we have only the B, the die, fly, go, snow. So here we've got that line that's skipping. So sometimes you'll have them back to back, but sometimes you might have to go to the following line to find those that are rhyming. So this is called The Life of a Cupcake. We read this together. It says, they put me in the oven to bake, me, a deprived and miserable cake. Feeling the heat, I started to bubble. Watching the others, I knew I was in trouble. They opened the door and I started my life, frosting me with a silver knife, decorating me with candy jewels. The rest of my batch looked like fools. Lifting me up, she took off my wrapper. Feeling the breeze, I wanted to slap her. Opening her mouth with shiny teeth inside, this was the day the cupcake had died. All right, so you can hear those rhyming words at the end. All right, next, simile. A simile is a comparison, so you're comparing two or more things, and you're using the words like or as. So with Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, they're comparing the star, and they're saying the star is like a diamond in the sky. So the star is being compared with a diamond, and it's using that word like. Life is like a box of chocolates. They're comparing life and chocolate. She's as blind as a bat. So they're comparing the girl with a bat. Alaska, and they're comparing it with the coldness to being like an igloo. So they're using that word either like or as. Versus a metaphor is still a comparison, but you just come out and directly say it. You don't use the word like or as. So Franklin has a heart of gold. Mary's voice is music to my ears. You are my sunshine. The world's a stage. He's a walking encyclopedia. So we went through those. And then students had independent work here. When they clicked on this, there's different poetry activities throughout there. And then they also had this story, Hansel and Gretel. So they're recording themselves reading each page. So they're going to flip through here, and it starts on this page 3. So they're going to read it, and as they're reading, they're recording themselves. So every single page needs a recording. And then for small group, we read this story right here on 3D printing, how it helped an animal. And then for writing today, all right, writing, we reviewed the components of expository writing, and we worked on our topic brainstorm, and then we did some grammar practice and a photo prompt where we looked at a photo and then wrote for 5 to 10 minutes. And then in small group, we looked at our topic brainstorm and we made sure that there was a connection with the prompt. So that's in Seesaw. If you scroll down to writing. So we went over the hamburger that we've been comparing our writing to for expository writing. We've got our introduction. We've got the middle part where we've got our meat and our cheese, our lettuce and tomatoes, all the good stuff. This is where you find our reasons with the supporting details. And then the conclusion at the bottom. And so today, or for this week, we're using this prompt. It says, write about your favorite gift you have received from someone. Explain what the gift is and why it is so special. So we are going to keep referring back to this. This is the most important thing on this page. We've got to make sure that we're responding to this. So we want to keep going back to it and making sure that we are all the little pieces to it. We have to make sure that we're responding correctly to those. Then we did our topic brainstorm. So we wrote down 4 things. So the topic of this is the favorite gift that you've received from someone. So students wrote down 4 of their gifts that they've received. And then we went over these 2, and then students did these 2 by themselves. And then this was the photo prompt. So they did a quick write. They wrote 5 to 10 minutes about what they see here. And you can click and you can type that there. And then again, in small group, we went back to this topic brainstorm and we just made sure that there was a connection between what we wrote here, making sure that it ties to this prompt about the whole topic should be centered around this favorite gift. So we did that. In Science Today, we are going to review renewable and non-renewable resources from EduSmart. So let me open up EduSmart. I'm going to the new one. Hold on.
There are many resources existing naturally on Earth that are essential for our survival. These resources are called natural resources. For example, plants, animals, fresh water, sunlight, soil, rocks, coal, petroleum, natural gas, minerals, and even air are all natural resources.
All right, so all of these things are natural resources, and we can take all of these and we can separate them into two categories. So these are things that Earth gives us, and we categorize them into two categories. So let's get into that.
Some natural resources are available in plenty and can be replaced naturally, faster than they are used up. They are called renewable resources.
All right, so renewable resources, the big thing to remember about these is they can be replaced naturally within your lifetime. So these just like trees and different plants and stuff like that, we use them, but then they can be replanted, and we can see all of this happen where they're being replenished. We can see all of that happen within our lifetime. So renewable, they are able to be renewed.
Which of these are renewable resources?
So here, all of these, let's see, air, soil, plants, sunlight, animals, fresh water, all of those things are renewable.
Air, plants, animals, fresh water, and sunlight are all examples of renewable resources. Let's look at how these renewable resources are essential for the survival of life on Earth. Plants are important renewable resources that are consumed by animals and humans for energy and growth. Humans and animals also depend on plants for oxygen that is released during photosynthesis. Animals are important renewable resources too. For example, animals like bees pollinate flowers and help plants reproduce. Quite a noisy job, that is. We depend on farm animals for our nourishment. They provide us with food products such as milk, eggs, and meat. Fresh water is another renewable resource that is continuously recycled in nature. All plants, animals, and human beings need fresh water to survive. Fresh water provides habitats for certain animals and plants. Air is another renewable resource most organisms need to survive. Plants use carbon dioxide in the air to make their food. Animals breathe in oxygen found in the air, without which they cannot live. Sunlight is an abundant resource on our planet, and it's not likely to run out anytime soon. The sun provides Earth with light and heat energy that supports all life on Earth. Astronomers and other scientists have estimated that the sun's energy will last another 5 billion years.
All right. Oop, I got all the way out of that. So the other part is the complete opposite. So renewable, if those are things that can be replaced within our lifetime, the opposite would be non-renewable, which cannot be replenished within our lifetime. So things like coal, oil, natural gas, minerals, things like that, those are all considered, some of those are our fossil fuels. So those are things that cannot be replenished within our lifetime. And so we're going to go and review that. And then in social studies today, students are working on this week 15 in their social studies under their classwork in Google Classroom. They're working on the current day for that. And then clicking this link here to watch this video. And then that is it. And then today, for intervention, we are going to go, there's a seesaw activity that is down here where it says math small group and intervention. The first math, I forgot to say this earlier, this page we did together for math small group, and then the second page we're going to do at intervention time. And so we'll cover and go over that and review some fraction things with that. And that is everything. All right, thanks guys.